Hi, this is Dr. Henkel. Welcome to week 7 of your educational research course. So, I trust everything is going well. I'm getting a lot of great assignments turned in, and I really look forward to seeing how y'all's projects are coming along and they're developing. So, without further ado, we'll just dive into this week's assignments. Here you'll see the learning objectives. The top portion is mainly going to be Chapter 7 out of your Creswell book, and that's over collecting qualitative data. So we're moving away from the quantitative and we're jumping into qualitative. And then the second portion right here is actually going to be Chapter 8 from Creswell, analyzing the qualitative data. So first we're going to learn how to collect it, and then we're going to learn how to analyze it. So there's a lot of learning materials for this week. So what you're going to need to do is read Chapter 7 and print out the PowerPoint and fill that out as you read it. It gives you a lot of good highlights. And it's also a good resource to use to help you kind of come up with your outline for your notes for the week. And also do the same thing for the Chapter 8 PowerPoint. So here are those two PowerPoints. And here's a supplementary video that was in the course, and it goes over qualitative analysis, so how to analyze qualitative data, and it talks specifically a lot about coding and finding themes. And so you do have an assignment that asks you to do that this week. So that video will be, it's a short video, and it will be very helpful for you. So here's some resources that you'll want to save as well as print out. The first one is a qualitative study. It's over teachers' instructional choices with student-created digital documentaries for case studies. So you're going to actually use that in your 7.2 assignment. So let me show you that real quick. So if we go down here to 7.2, it's qualitative study analysis. So once you have downloaded and read that article, you are going to do this assignment. You're going to answer, it says, after reading the study, answer the following questions regarding the data collection and analysis of the data. So here are just some questions that you need to answer regarding that article. It says, what type of study is conducted by the authors of this article? So you'll just tell me. And then what are the research questions that guided the study? Now I'm seeing quite a few of you are kind of missing that component in previous assignments when I'm asking for the research questions. So I want you to look for those because that's what guides the study. That's why we're doing the study. So make sure that you include those into your assignment. And then how did the researchers select the participants for the study, and why do you think they chose this method of participant selection? And you're going to learn about that in your Creswell reading this week. Give a list of methods and the researchers used to collect the data. Now be specific, give me details, okay? Don't say, oh, it was a qualitative study. Okay, I need to know more methodology than that, okay? What method did they use to analyze the data? So you're going to read the results section of that article, and in 1 or 2 paragraphs explain how they use their data to present their results and put everything together to make their conclusions. Reflect on the article and the methodology used besides the specific content. Was this method a good way to explore the topic? Why or why not? And were the findings from the study useful for other educators in the field? If yes, how are they? If not, how would it not be? And so just give me your opinion there. That's fine. And please, as always, use APA formatting and submit it with a Word document. Okay. Here we have another article. It's example of qualitative data collection. They're using an algebra computer program, so you're going to read this, and then you're going to print this out, save it, and then you're going to do activity 7.3, qualitative data collection. Okay, so this is collecting data, and you're going to read that article, and you're going to be able to classify and analyze the data that was used in the study. So the first step in classifying data is you're going to have to organize it and break it into segments. And your chapter talks about this. A segment is a word or a group of words, like a phrase or a sentence that is comprehensive all by itself. That is, it contains like the main idea or the important topic relevant to the study, okay? So step one, after you've read that article, you're going to segment the data. So you're going to copy and paste it out from that PDF, and you're going to paste it into a Word document. The data is the numbered quotes on that article. So as you read those, you're going to copy those and then paste them into the Word document. And then I want you to number each segment according to the teacher number from which you've taken it. And that'll make sense once you read the article. And separate each one with a semicolon. The bold text in the following sentences are examples of segments. So the teacher must have a complete understanding of the mathematics content. She must have the capabilities of being multitask, like placing students, tutoring students, disciplining students, all at the same time. So the segments that this should be pulled out for these is complete understanding of the mathematics content. Okay, so that's like the main idea. And then also right here, being multitask, okay, because that's what they're doing. So then the next step is you're going to label these with a descriptive name for the subject matter, not the meaning of the segment. So these labels are called topics. Okay, so you have the segments, and then now you're going to give the segments a topic. So in the new Word document with the segments that you copy and pasted it into from step one, I want you to insert a topic label in parentheses at the end of each segment. For example, the segment Complete Understanding of Mathematics Content can be labeled Understanding Math. So do you see the topic of what that segment is about? It's about understanding math. So all you do is just put in parentheses past that segment. And then that would be number one. And here's number two, being multitasked. It can be labeled multitasking, okay? So don't overcomplicate it. All you're doing is just trying to pull out key pieces of information so that you can analyze the data. So step three, group together any topics you feel are similar in nature and label these groups with a term that conceptually describes the topics within it. These labels are called categories. Okay, so first you got your segments. Then you gave each segment a topic, okay? And then now you are going to get these topics and you are going to give them categories. So you're going to group them. Group all the topic segments into 6 or 7 categories. An other category is acceptable if there wasn't enough to make that as a category. List each category in the Word document when you are done. Make sure to include the topics and segments for each category. For example, a category may be content knowledge, which could include segments complete understanding of mathematics content. The topic would be understanding math, and the segment firm grasp of content, and its topic would be grasp of content. So they would both fall underneath this right here, this category of content knowledge. So please use Word and then upload it once you are done. That will make more sense as you get into the process of doing it. You'll see it's just a good way for researchers to get their data and to make some sense out of it. So you're just going to segment it, and then you're going to give it a topic, and then you're going to place it into a category. So there's 3 phases here, and they're clearly there for you. And there's also another example of this. Let me look at mine. I printed it out and see which one I want to show you. Okay, the observation protocol for the classroom. This article. And if you go to the second page, here they are kind of breaking it down and they're coding it. So just know that this is here for you as also another example, and you can kind of get a good idea of what it is that coding is and then how to do it. And then the benefits of it, because it really is a great way to break down the information to be able to write about it for your research proposal. And then here's another one. It says Introduction to Codes and Coding. This is just another good resource if you need further information. It's not required for you to read. It's there for you if you are still kind of hesitant and not quite sure. This would be a good read for you. Okay, just want to give you more information, more resources than you would need, so that way you leave knowing qualitative analysis really well after this week. And so these will be all your resources here that you can go ahead and save. I always recommend saving them and then go ahead and printing them out. And I went in and I revamped some of these assignments. I know some of y'all noticed that I've been doing that, and I apologize if that threw you off. I keep it equitable with all of my students. I don't hold anything against you if I did make an adjustment. It's just I'm trying to add information and just kind of organize it, so I'm giving you a clear expectations and explanations of what it is that you're expected to do. So here's a forum that you're going to do this week. And remember, you post once by Thursday, and then you respond twice to 2 peers by Sunday. So here it is. It's pretty simple. This week you're going to discuss the following. In your opinion, what advantages and disadvantages do you foresee for the number of participants in both quantitative studies and qualitative studies? Please be sure to discuss both methodologies, and also be sure to post your initial response, and it goes into the guidelines, okay? So basically you're just going over and you're talking about the participants and the advantages and disadvantages of the number of participants versus quantitative and qualitative studies, okay? So it's just helping you to get a good foundational knowledge of how different they are and when you choose participants for the different types of studies. Okay, so then, 7.2 is your qualitative study analysis. Okay, so this is the one that we already went over. You're going to read the article and go over those questions. I believe we went over the next one also, the qualitative data collection. Yes, just making sure. And then 7.4, practice interview and coding. Now, we haven't gone over this one yet, so let me just kind of explain it. So here you're going to practice how to conduct an interview. So you're going to actually do a real live interview. It needs to be over the phone, not with email or text, okay? It could be in person or over the phone. And you're going to begin with the topic that you assume that you'll be conducting a qualitative study to explore on a topic, okay? So here's the steps to do. Start with a short interview protocol with 3 open-ended questions regarding your topic. And as you do your Creswell reading, you will learn about interview protocols. Design the questions so that you'll receive a couple of sentences as a response. Interview one person, which will be applicable for your study, and this person cannot be a minor. You need to, it's recommended that you record the conversation with video or audio, and then make sure that you have consent of that person for the interview. We also recommend that you let that person know the purpose of the exercise and stress to them that you need good responses, not just like yes or no answers, okay? So the interview can be, like I said, conducted over the phone or in person. You could do Skype, whatever way you would like to do that. But make sure that you record it, because you're going to have to go back and transcribe it and put it into Word. So when you code the transcript, we recommend using like a highlighting feature in your word processor and highlight with different colors. And you can use brackets or any other methods that works best for you. You narrow your codes to 1 to 3 major themes and list those below your transcribed interview in a list. And then you will go ahead and submit your protocol, your transcribed interview, your coding, and major themes as one document for this assignment. Please use headings. So you'll have a heading, it'll say interview protocol. Then you'll have a heading, it'll say transcribed interview, and so forth. So that'll be fun. You'll enjoy doing that and get practice doing that. And then, as always, here's the spot for your weekly reflection. There is a short quiz this week, and you'll upload your weekly notes once you have finished the week's worth of assignments. So that's week 7 in a nutshell. It's all about qualitative studies. So if you have any questions going forth, please feel free to give me a call, send me a text, or shoot me an email. And I'm always here to help you. And I really hope that y'all have a fantastic week. And I look forward to grading your assignments. Take care.